on this next lesson, we're going to work on our second style for our weather icons. So the next one is actually one that is kind of popular these days, and it's only strokes. So what you're going to do is select everything that you have here, and then you can go here to your stroke panel, and if you don't see it for whatever reason, you could always go here to Window, Stroke, or press Ctrl F10 on your keyboard. And once you do that, a window like this is going to appear. I'm going to change my weight to around, I think 3 would work for now. Maybe 4. Yeah, let's give it a try with 4. And now something is happening here, because you can see how especially here on the moon, how it is actually not like this cloud, where the stroke is actually, half of the stroke is inside the shape and half of the stroke is outside the shape. So we want to make sure that all our strokes align to the center. So now we have it just like that. I think I'm going to go back to 3 because maybe 4 was too much. And I'm going to change the color of this stroke to darker purple, actually not that dark. And now you can see how I have a completely different style in just a few clicks. I could actually increase this to 4 to see if this works better. This is something that really has to go with your style, because maybe a stroke like this is going to work just fine for you, but maybe your style is actually something that is thinner. But have in mind that if you scale this, if this is thin, it's not going to look that nice. So I would recommend you that you work with something that is thicker, but also don't go with something that is too much, because then you're going to start seeing these very, very odd things. But let's say that you, for example, want a style like this, and of course then you can do it, and you can see how most of the shapes are working fine. So you only have to make some arrangements or some changes to these ones so they work like that. So we're going to select that. We're going to go back to A5 for now. And one thing that you should always do is that right now you can see here that I actually have a fill that is white. But what happens if, for example, your interface or the design where you want to place it is not white? So you're going to see the shapes just like this. And that's not really something that you want. You want to be able to add a background. Let's say that we add a background right now here and we invert it just so you see it. Or we add some other color like this red. Now, maybe this is not looking that bad, but you don't want to see this. You want to actually select all your shapes and remove that fill. And when you do that, you can see that now you have a problem because some of these are overlapping. So we're going to solve that. We're going to delete this one. And we're going to go inside each icon. So we're going to go here, double click to go inside this group. And I can go again, double click to go inside this other group. And now you can see that I have individual shapes. So all you have to do if you want to have this working properly is go here to your tools panel. And if you go here to the right below the paintbrush, or right here where this is the rectangle tool, you can find this tool that is called the eraser tool. But if you click and hold that click, you can find the other tools that are the knife and the scissors tools. And the scissors tool is very nice because you can select it and then just go here where they intersect. You can see that if you have your smart guys on, you can just make a click there and now they're gone. Now all you have to do is delete this one. And now you have that same result we were getting when this was a fill. But now if you had a background here and you send it to back, so just you can see that, you can see how I have those lines. And the nice thing about this is that, for example, if you're going to work with a background that has some color, then maybe you can go with white lines and you can see how with just one click you have that different version. And I would always advise you that you clean your work, because otherwise if something changes, you have to make all those changes like right there, and that's not something that you want. So again, I'm pressing just C to go to my scissors tools and removing the shapes that I don't need. I'm going to do the same for this moon. So just select here, make sure that you are going to the points where it intersects so you don't get some odd artifacts there. And finally, I'm going to do the same for this thunderstorm. So I'm going to just remove it right there. And now we have a very different icon set. And what you can do also here is have it just like this, so we have it here, or you could probably increase this a little bit, let's say 7, and you can change the cap. So instead of having it right now as you have as a butt cap, you can go to round cap, and right now you are not going to see a lot of difference because it would only apply to the ones that have points or that are ending. So for example, here you can see that change is affecting that, and if I go to the other one, that's not working like that. But if you go to your corners, you could round your corners, and now if you round your corners, you could see a difference here on the raindrops. So if, for example, your style is all about making sharp shapes, you can go with what you had before to this corner, and you can see how this thunder is extending to the bottom. And here on the moon you have this, but also you have the other option to have your corners round, and you can see this, in my opinion, is looking a little better because it is now all rounded. And I can decrease the weight to probably 5 to have it just like that. And with that, we have a second style that is just lines that you could apply these same icons on any other project.